how I met, or rather, how I discovered Overly Sarcastic Productions. Well, I think the earliest memory that I have regarding my first encounter with one of their videos was from, the video involving Kukulain. As back then, I was really interested in looking up Kukulain, or at least Irish culture in general, because I feel that it's somewhat underrated compared to other cultures like, say, Greek culture or Japanese culture and other kinds of cultures around the world. And as a result, I was interested in finding any kind of information regarding it. It wasn't for anything educational or school related, but rather it was just something of a personal interest that I had, as I'm very interested in learning about the past history and what kind of cultures that we all live through, or at least throughout the years. And Huklin was the one that I noticed was a bit kind of like not exactly obscure, but somewhat like underrepresented compared to other historical or mythical heroes like Hercules, for example, which is funny considering how Overly Sarcastic Productions actually did their own video on Hercules, where I clicked on the Kukulane video and how they talked about him, and I was really impressed and actually liked the art style along with their sense of humor, especially from Red. She's pretty hilarious when it comes to making pop culture references or even like other cultural references such as anime and manga or even video games. And I really liked how she too uses TV tropes, and I was actually quite pleased to hear that she also like did what do you call trope talks when it came to talking about TV tropes and the various cinematic or literary devices that you could find in those kinds of any kind of media, to be honest. And as a result, I decided to keep watching some of their videos. And fun fact, I actually used one of their videos for a project that I did for one of my classic history courses. And the funny thing is, the teacher actually suggested that I use, or rather, I talk about Atlantis of all things, as I was surprised to hear that considering how we never really talked about it. Though we did talk about some of the cultural or architectural aspects of Greek culture, but Atlantis was like the last thing on my mind. Though anyway, I actually decided to do a bit of research by watching Overly Sarcastic Productions, and I saw the video that involving Atlantis. And though technically I already watched Overly Sarcastic Productions even before I got that specific project, though it was pretty interesting to see how I was able to use it to my own kind of advantage. Right after that, I like to watch some of their other videos, and not only the ones involving myths, but the ones involving blue segments regarding history, as I've always been interested in history along with mythology, as I've always wanted to learn more about the ancient past and how we could either learn from it or discover what mysteries were hidden during those times. Both, I guess, like historical and mythical. Though, anyway, I ended up continuing to watch some of their videos for a while and became, well, I guess you could say a bit of a fan. Though I'm not part of a fandom myself because I don't like to get into those kinds of things, especially given how toxic fans or fandoms can be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, and also there were those times where I would sometimes watch other videos regarding pop culture or even like historical and mythical, such as Gaijin Goomba, right? As he too was also someone that I looked up to when it came to, I guess, more anthropological or mythical kinds of sources. Yeah, and overall, I actually liked Overly Sarcastic Productions, and I actually was inspired to do kind of music covers myself because of them. As you could see, some of my early videos involved like music box covers of songs, which actually was inspired by how either Red or even Blue would sometimes sing at the end of their videos as a sort of reference to what kind of video that they were recording. Or and I wanted to, in a sense, follow in their footsteps, but not copy them, mind you. But then again, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, so like who knows? Well, anyway, that's all I want to talk about, to be honest. But well, yeah, and red or blue. If you're watching this, just to know I'm actually quite the fan of yours.